I'm just about to start my workout for today. You can see I have my dip bar here with me today. I also have a set of dumbbells. I'm going to be using my jump rope as well, but you do not need any exercise equipment whatsoever to follow along with this workout. I will be providing equipment-free substitutions. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises briefly demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So this workout is going to be split up into two parts. If you are pressed for time today, you can do just part one or you can do just part two. If you have more time and you want to do the whole thing with me, great. Part one, I'm going to be using my dip bar for some knee raises. So I'm just going to be holding onto the handles of my dip bar, starting from a dead hang and then just bending my knees, lifting my knees up towards my chest, and then straightening the legs. Super simple exercise, but it's a super tough exercise and we're doing a lot of reps. So if you do not have a piece of equipment similar to this one, first of all, this is a very versatile piece of equipment, very useful piece of equipment. I do recommend owning something like this if you have any sort of a home gym. It doesn't have to be this exact brand. This is from Ultimate Body Press, but there are plenty of pieces of equipment similar to this out there. So you can check, a sporting goods store or something, but also make sure that you check like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, sites like that, Craigslist, because you can usually find a good deal on fitness equipment there. Also, while you're on those sites, check for old walkers because you can absolutely repurpose an old walker to do this exercise. Failing that, if you want to take your workout to the gym or to a local park where you have access to like a set of parallel bars, that's another possibility. Or if you have access to a pull-up bar, if you own a pull-up bar, or if you have access to one at the gym or at the park or the beach or something like that, you can do hanging knee raises. So you would hang from the pull-up bar and then same exercise, just bend your knees and tuck your knees up towards your chest and then straighten your legs. If none of that is going to work and you need a completely equipment-free substitution, just do any ab exercise you want. So you can just come down on the mat and do leg raises or some kind of sit-up variation or crunch variation. Literally any ab exercise you want to do will work. Okay, so we're going to be doing 100 reps, and it's a lot. 100 reps may or may not sound like a lot to you, but for me, for this exercise, I'm going to be crying. I'm going to be regretting my life choices. So part one is going to be super tough. So 100 reps of knee raises, and that's basically part one, except every minute on the minute, we're going to be doing a little combo with the dumbbells. So I will quickly show you the combo the way I'm doing it, and then I'll walk you through a couple of substitutions that you can make if you do not have dumbbells or if your dumbbells are not flat on the bottom. So I'm basically just going to be doing it's very similar to like a man maker. If you know what man makers are, you can just do man makers, that's fine. You can really do any burpee variation you want, with or without weight. Any burpee variation will work here. But here's what I'm doing. I'm going to grab a hold of my dumbbells. You can jump or step your feet back so that you're in a plank position. Now from here, I'm going to do a push-up with my hands on the dumbbells. Then I'm going to do 2 plank rows, one on each side. So one at a time, I'm going to bend my elbow and row the dumbbell up towards the shoulder on the same side, then place the dumbbell back down with control. Now I'm going to jump my feet in. You can step them in if you prefer. I'm going to pick up the dumbbells as I stand. I'm going to do a hammer curl as I come down into a squat. And then as I straighten my legs, I'm going to do an overhead press. Bring the weights back down to my shoulders, straighten my arms, and that's the combo. So let's put one all together a little faster so you can see the flow of it. Weights down, jump the feet back, push up on the dumbbells, row, row, jump or step the feet in, stand, hammer curl as you come down to a squat, press the weights up overhead. All right, so that's my combo that I'm doing with the dumbbells. So anything that looks even remotely similar to that will work. So basically any burpee variation will work. So if you do not have dumbbells, you can eliminate the added weight and just do a burpee variation without added weight. If you don't have dumbbells, but you do want to add weight, just look for household items that will work. So maybe a couple of water bottles or shampoo bottles filled with some sort of weight. You could fill them with water. You might be able to make them a little bit heavier. by filling them with something like uncooked rice or dried lentils, kitty litter, powdered laundry detergent, something like that. So get creative and use what you've got, but just make sure that if you are using household items for weight, or if your weights are rounded on the ends, that you exercise caution while you are doing your push-ups. So what I would recommend and what I would prefer, if your dumbbells are not flat on the bottom, or if you are using household items like water bottles or shampoo bottles, I would prefer that you apply this modification that I'm about to show you so that you always have at least one hand flat on the floor or the ground for stability. So if that's you, I would prefer that you start with your dumbbells a little bit wider apart so that as you come down, you can place your hands flat on the floor or the ground in between your dumbbells. Then jump or step your feet back and do your push-up with your hands flat on the floor or the ground. And then pick up one hand. Always leave at least one hand flat on the floor or the ground. Pick up one hand, and then from here you can row your weight, place it down, let go, and then place your hand flat on the floor or the ground. Then pick up the opposite hand, row the other weight, put it down, and let go. Then you can jump or step your feet in, and then the rest is the same. As you stand, you can pick up your weights, curl them up towards your shoulders, do your squat and overhead press. And then when you place them down, just make sure that you're placing them wide apart so that when it's time to do your next set of that combo on the next minute, these are every minute on the minute, we're doing one set of this little combo. So then at the start of the next minute, you'll be able to place your hands down in between the dumbbells for your push-up. All right, so that is, I would prefer that you apply that modification if your dumbbells are not flat on the bottom or if you're using household items, but it's your workout, it's your decision. You decide what level of risk you're comfortable taking. It's just that if your dumbbells are rounded on the ends, they're liable to roll around on you when you are putting your weight on them and doing your push-ups. So I just want you to please be smart, be safe, use your common sense, and make the decision that is best for you. Just make sure that you are minding your form. So for the push-up, that means head in line with the spine, shoulders away from the ears. It means you want your body in one perfectly straight line. So if you imagine that you are standing with your back against the wall and just lightly pressing the back of your head against the wall, that's where you want your head to be. You want your head perfectly up and down in line with your spine, and you want your head to stay in line with your spine. So make sure you're not bobbing your head up and down. And you want to make sure that your back is in one straight line. So make sure that you're not allowing your hips or your belly to droop down like this. You want to tighten up your abs. Use your ab muscles to lift your hips up and keep them lifted high. Abs should be super strong and tight and engaged. And then as you bend your elbows and lower your chest to the ground, you just want to make sure you're never breaking that straight line between your heels and your shoulders. Then as you stand for your squat, it's a hammer curl. So you're just curling the weights up towards your shoulders, but as you curl the weights, your palms are facing one another. So if you imagine the way you would swing a hammer, that's the grip you have on your dumbbells as you're curling them up to your shoulders. And as you're doing your hammer curl, you're coming down into your squat, so your shoulders should be back and down, chest should be lifted high, abs always should be super strong and tight and engaged. Think about hinging at the hips, so push your booty back. Imagine trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. At the same time, remember, you're keeping that chest lifted nice and high, so think about also trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest. The point is that you want your spine elongated so that your back stays flat and the weight stays in your heels. I can actually pick up my toes. And from here is where you can sink down into your squat. Okay, so back flat, weight in the heels, then press your heels into the ground to stand. And as you press the weights up overhead, your palms are still facing one another. And then you're just going to bring the weights back down to your shoulders, straighten your arms, and that's it. That's our little combo, okay? And that's all we're doing for part one. So every minute on the minute, you're going to do one set of the combo. And then with the remainder of that 1 minute interval, you're going to do as many knee raises as you can. And you're going to just do that until you have completed a total of 100 knee raises, okay? It's going to be super tough. So if that's enough for you, if you finish part 1 and you're just done, you could be done, okay? Just use the chapter markers to skip ahead, do a bonus burpee with me, and then we'll do a quick cool down together, and that's it. That can be your workout for the day. If you do want to stick around and do part 2 with me, fantastic. Same basic idea. It's an EMOM, E-M-O-M, every minute on the minute. So our EMOM exercise is going to be another weighted combo. It is going to be a reverse grip bent over row and then an Arnold press, a bicep curl plus an Arnold press. Okay, so when I say reverse grip, I mean this. I mean my palms are facing you right now. That's the grip I'm going to have on my dumbbells as I begin the exercise, okay? So I'm going to start with a reverse grip, bent over row, so my palms are facing forward, and I'm going to row the weights, so bending my elbows and rowing the weights up towards my chest, control the movement on the way down, and now I'm going to hinge at the hips to stand, and now a bicep curl, and then an Arnold press. So from here, I'm going to bring the weights around to my shoulders, press them up overhead, and then bring them back down to my shoulders. Squeeze the weights together in front of me, so make sure you're not banging the weights together. The movement should always be under control. Squeeze the weights together, straighten the elbows, and that's it, okay? That's our 1 set of our weighted combo, so you'll do that every minute on the minute. So for your bent over rows, again, shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight, you're hinging at the hips. You wanna elongate your back, so push the booty back, keep the chest lifted high, trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty, at the same time trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest. Make sure you are not locking out your knees. You do not want your legs perfectly straight. You want a soft bend to your knees, and you're trying to get your torso more or less parallel to the ground. All right, that's not what's important. It's important to make sure your back is staying flat and the weight is staying in your heels. It's important to make sure there's a slight bend to your knees, so don't prioritize the wrong part of the movement, but that's what you're going for. You wanna think about getting your back parallel to the ground if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. It's just what you're working towards. All right, so just make sure that your back is flat, the weight is in your heels, and you're going to bend your elbows, row the weights. Make sure you're controlling the movement on the way down. You're not just letting the weights drop down. Every aspect of the movement should be under control. And then you're going to hinge at the hips to stand. So again, you're pressing your heels into the ground, hinging at the hips to stand. And now as you curl your weights, you're never going to rotate your wrists. So you're starting with a reverse grip. Your palms are facing forward. That's the same grip you'll have as you curl the weights up towards your shoulders. So you're bending your elbows, curling the weights up towards your shoulders. And now the backs of my hands are facing you. From here, you're going to rotate your arms around to the sides. So now again, you are looking at my palms. And then from here, you're going to keep your palms facing forward as you press the weights up overhead and then bring them back down. And then squeeze the weights together in front of you, straighten your arms, okay? So, just put one together very quickly so that you can see the flow of it. Reverse grip. Bend over row, curl the weights, Arnold press. All right, that is it. That is our combo for part 2. If you do not have dumbbells, again, household items, water bottles, shampoo bottles, as long as there's something that you can find around the house that you're able to maintain a secure grip on so that you're not going to drop it and injure yourself or break something and make a mess, and as long as it's not too heavy for you, then any number of household items will work. I did forget to mention, I think, just for reference and for reference only, these are 10-pound dumbbells, so that's a good weight for me. You may need to use something lighter than that. You may need to use something heavier than that, so that just depends on, first of all, your strength. It depends on how strong you are. It depends on your level of fitness. And it depends on what you have available to you and also how hard you're looking to push yourself today. So just consider all of those factors when choosing your weights. Make the decision that is best for you. But if you have nothing that's going to work for weight, or you just don't want to add weight to the workout, that's fine. You really can substitute with kind of any exercise you want. There are millions of different burpee variations, so if you wanted to just substitute with a different burpee variation than whatever you did for part one, I think that would be a great idea. But you can also do like step-ups, I think would be a great substitution. So if you have a plyo box for your step-ups or a weight bench, that's ideal, but a park bench also works great. Or you could just use a chair, just to make sure if you're going to use a household item like a chair or an ottoman or something like that, or your coffee table, make sure that whatever you're stepping up onto is obviously strong enough to support your entire body weight. Make sure that it is sturdy. Make sure that whatever you're stepping up onto is good quality. Make sure it's well made and it's in good condition. Nothing that's going to break when you step on it or collapse or fold up when you step on it, and make sure that it is stable so that it cannot slide from underneath you. So for example, if you wanted to do step-ups onto a chair, I would recommend placing your chair on top of an exercise mat or a yoga mat so that it stays put. You don't want it to be able to slide from underneath you when you put weight on it. All right, but as long as you have something that is strong enough, sturdy enough, and stable enough to be used safely, something that you can step up onto safely. I think step-ups are another great option, but you can do deadlifts without any added weight. Maybe do like a one-leg deadlift on one rep on each leg. That could work. So really it can be anything. Like, what do you want to work on today? So you can choose any exercise. I think another burpee variation would probably be the easiest thing to kind of plug in there, but it can be anything. So if you need to see what the step-ups look like, if you need help coming up with burpee variations that you can do, or if you want an idea, say, I want to work my back, I don't have any equipment, do you have any ideas? Just ask. Okay, you guys, I'm always here to help. So if you need help coming up with equipment-free substitutions, if the suggestions I'm providing are not sufficient, ask, okay? I'm always here to help. But that's it. That's what we're doing for part two, that combo plus jump rope. So it's going to be very similar, but instead of one set of our combo, we're doing 2 sets every minute on the minute. And instead of 100 reps, we're doing 2,000 reps. So when I say a rep of jump rope, I'm talking about revolutions of the rope. 1 revolution of the rope would be 1 rep of jump rope. So when I say we're doing 2,000 reps, that means we're going to complete a total of 2,000 revolutions of the jump rope. So it's going to take quite a bit of time. Part 2, I would say plan on part 2 taking between 20 and 30 minutes minimum. So that's what it's going to look like though. We're just going to do that combo. Every minute on the minute, we'll do 2 sets of the combo, and then with the remainder of that minute, we'll jump rope. And you'll just count how many revolutions of the rope you're doing, and then you'll pick up your count wherever you left off. So at the end of that minute, let's say you've managed to complete a total of 100 revolutions of the rope. The timer beeps, you're going to put your rope aside, then you're going to do 2 more sets of the combo, and then immediately grab your jump rope and start jumping rope again. You'll pick up your count at 100. Okay, so you'll just keep doing that until you have completed a total of 2,000 revolutions of the jump rope. It's going to be super tough. Okay, so just do your best. If 2,000 revolutions is too many, just do 1,000. If 2 sets of the combo is too many, just do 1 set of the combo. I'm probably going to regret my decision to do 2 sets of the combo and 2,000 revolutions of the rope, but what are you gonna do? I just, part 1 is 1 set and 100, so I wanted part 2 to be 2 sets of the combo and 2,000. So, you know me, I like my patterns with numbers. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully that is all clear. I know this is kind of a new format. This is not something we've done before, but remember that I always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video, and I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you. So watch me do it. I'll talk us through it as we're going, read the instructions. But then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format and how everything fits together, if you have questions about the exercises that we are doing today, if you have any doubts at all about how to do these exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions, if you need to see beginner modifications, again, I'm always here to help. So please ask questions if you have them. It's really important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And you guys know it's also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. So I'm always here to help facilitate that. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. I also want to remind you, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, to make sure that you are going at your own pace and make sure that you are minding your form. So if you're in really good shape, you are definitely going to be faster than I am. Wonderful. Be faster than I am. Just make sure you're not losing anything off of your form to get there. Don't race to stay ahead of me if it's causing your form to get sloppy. If you find that your form starts to get sloppy, that means you need to slow down. If you are slower than I am, that is also wonderful, because if you are out here doing the reps and putting in the work and doing your best, that's all that matters. It does not matter how fast you're going. Make sure if you are slower than I am that you just allow yourself to be slower than I am. Make sure you're going at your own pace. Please do not race to keep up with me at the expense of your form. Again, if you're racing to keep up with me and your form starts to get sloppy, that means you need to slow down. If you fall behind, either because you're just working at a slower pace than I am, or because you're finding that you're needing to take longer rest breaks than what I'm taking, or if you're needing to take rest breaks where I'm not taking them, then just pause the video, okay? If you do need to rest, that's what you should do. Challenge yourself to keep your rest breaks as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need, meaning that you should only resume the workout once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina so that you can continue with good form. So just remember to work to your own level, okay? Choose dumbbells or household items that are an appropriate weight for you. Drop the weight if needed. Apply beginner modifications if necessary. Reduce the amount of reps if necessary, okay? Shorten up your range of motion if you need to. Please do not push your body into doing anything that it is not ready to do. Make sure that you are going at your own pace, and please mind your form. You should never be sacrificing your form for speed. And just please be smart. Again, be safe. Use your common sense. Listen to your body and do your best. Remember that your best is always good enough, so let your best be good enough. I think I've covered everything. Hopefully I've covered everything. If you're ready to go ahead and begin the workout, gather whatever equipment you need. So for me, that is my dip bar, a set of dumbbells, and my jump rope. So if you need to grab maybe a pull-up bar or a plyo box or something like that, gather whatever equipment you need, pause the video, go get dressed, meet me right back here. We're going to start with a quick 5-minute warm-up, and then we'll get right into part 1 of the workout. So as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm-up. So you're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Now place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Make sure you're not actively pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. Your arms should be completely relaxed. You're just letting gravity do all of the work of gently stretching the other side of your neck by simply using the weight of your arm. Now we're gonna do the other side. So let your head fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Boy, is my neck stiff. Holy cannoli. All right, make sure your arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. They should be away from your ears. Now we're gonna do some head rolls. So you're going to start by just allowing your chin to fall first towards your chest and then towards the opposite shoulder and back. Each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, just start feeling your head getting heavier and heavier as you allow your range of motion to increase. Your arms are nice and loose like a rag doll. And finally, your entire torso should just be kind of spilling in front of you. Now we're gonna roll the shoulders. I always roll my shoulders towards the back. You can roll them towards the front if you want. It doesn't matter. You just wanna start loosening up your shoulders. So exaggerate the movement, really explore your full range of motion. Make those circles as big as you possibly can. Now we're going to do arm circles. So extend your arms out to the side. And again, you can make your circles towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter. Starting small, but gradually as the interval progresses, I'm just expanding my range of motion little by little, making those circles bigger and bigger until finally I'm making my circles as big as I can, exploring my full range of motion. Now, make sure your feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart. You're gonna bend your knees, sweep your arms in front of you, and as you straighten your legs, you're reaching up, stretching as high as you can. Each time you bend your knees, Again, you're allowing your range of motion to increase a little more, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet planted right where they are, wider than shoulder width apart. And we're just going to lunge side to side, nice and easy. Now add the arms. So now with each lunge, I'm just reaching across my body. It's like you're trying to throw your arm across the room, loosening up those shoulders. Next, we're going to march in place. So step the feet in and march, super simple. Knees low to start, but as the interval progresses, you can start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're really driving your knees up as high as you can. Feel a nice little stretch in your glutes. Now we're gonna jog in place, knees low to start, but gradually as the interval progresses, start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest, until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest. Next is booty kicks. So we're still jogging, but now with each step, bringing your heel behind you, really try to kick yourself in the booty with your heel. If you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or a chair for support for this next one. If not, hands on the hips is fine. Transfer your weight into one foot. Pick up the other foot and just swing the leg front and back. Nice and easy, just waking up those hip flexors. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So you'll put this foot down, transfer your weight, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. You can start low, and gradually as the interval progresses, if it feels comfortable, you can start expanding your range of motion, swinging that leg higher and higher. Transfer the weight again, pick up your foot, extend the leg out in front of you, bring it around and behind, making a semicircle with your leg. Each time I make my semicircle, I'm lifting my leg higher and higher, and I'm gonna do 2 hip circles. So drive the knee up towards your chest. Use your hand to guide it around for a hip circle. Other side. Extend the opposite leg out in front of you. And then make a semicircle, bringing the leg around and behind. Lifting the leg higher and higher each time. And for the last 2, drive the knee up in front of you. Use your hand to guide it around for a hip circle. Finish with a quick hamstring stretch. I'm using this post to assist me. You can use the wall or the arm of your couch, your coffee table. But you want to try to keep your back as flat as possible so that you isolate your hamstrings more effectively. And if you use the wall or a chair or something to assist you, it can just make it a little more comfortable getting into that stretch. Might make it a little bit more accessible. But that's it, that's our 5-minute warm up. So let's go ahead and get right into part 1 of the workout. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So starting with 1 set of our combo, push up on the dumbbells, row, row, jump or step the feet in, hammer curl, squat, overhead press. Now with the remainder of this 1-minute interval, as many knee raises as you can do. That was 23 knee raises for me, so remember where you left off. Now 1 more set of the combo. Weights down. Picking up your count where you left off. As many knee raises as you can do. 9 for me. Every minute on the minute, one more rep or set of our combo. And then back to knee raises. So just bending your knees, lifting your knees up as high as you can towards your chest, and then straightening the legs. We're gonna continue like this until we've completed 100 knee raises. That's 50 for me. 52. So another set of the combo. Back to knee raises. So I'm picking up my count at 52. That's 60. That's 65 for me. That's 70. That's 75. Do a couple more. That's 78. One more set of the combo. That's 80. That's 85. Six, 7, 8, 9. That's 90. Hopefully I can finish in just one more round. Okay, I just have to do 10 more knee raises, and then that's part one. That's 95. Just 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. All right, that's it. That's part one. I'm gonna keep my timer going part 2. If you are not continuing on and doing part 2 with me, do your bonus burpee. If you want to do the bonus burpee with me, you can use the chapter markers to skip ahead to the bonus burpee. We'll do a bonus burpee together, and then stick around and do a little cool down with me. And then you can go ahead and have your shower, eat some lunch, get on with the rest of your day. If you are continuing on with me and doing part 2, the format is going to be exactly the same. So we're starting in 20 seconds. We're starting with a reverse grip, bent over row, then a bicep curl, and an Arnold press. That's our combo. We're going to do 2 sets of the combo this time. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. So reverse grip, bent over row, now bicep curl, Arnold press. 2 sets, row, curl, and press the weights up overhead. Now, weights down, grab your jump rope. We're filling the remainder of this minute with as many revolutions of the rope as you can do. Apparently, I can't even do 1. So I was able to complete 78 revolutions of the jump rope. Every minute on the minute, another 2 sets of our combo. So bend over, reverse grip, bend over row, bicep curl, Arnold press. Weights down, and now I'm picking up my count at 78, and with the rest of this minute, I'm going to do as many revolutions of the rope as I can. It's 100. 10. 20. 30. 40. 145, 2 more sets of the combo. Weights down, pick up the jump rope. Picking up my count at 145, 50. 7, 8, 9. That's 200. 216. Just gonna keep going like this until we've completed a total of 2,000 revolutions of the jump rope. So hang in there with me. 2 more sets of our combo. Now picking up my count at 216. sets of our combo. And back to jump rope, picking up my count at 300. Six, 7, 8, 90. 400. Two. It's 500. Five, easy to remember. Six, 7, 8, 9, 60. 70, 80, 90, 600. That's 700. $724. 890. It's 900. $978. We're almost halfway there. We got this. 80. 90. That's 1,000. Starting my count over again, I'm just going to count to 1,000 again. It's easier to not lose track of where I am. We're more than halfway there, so let's keep pushing. I know it's hard. I'm doing it with you, so I know it's hard. We're going to get it done. Picking up my count at 52. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Picking up my count at 280. 90. 300. 364. 440. 8, 9, it's 500, 10, 20, 522. Just a few more minutes left. Let's keep pushing. Picking up my count at 522. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. 600. Stop there. It's easy to remember. I probably could have done another 1 or 2 reps, but it's easy to just pick up at 600. Guess it's not that much easier, but it doesn't really matter. We only have a few minutes left. Just 400 more revolutions of the jump rope. So let's keep pushing. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 78. So 678 is my count. 79, 80, 90, 700, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 58. So 7, 5, 8. We're getting close. Should be just about there. Picking up my count at 8:38. 40, 50, 70, 80, 90, 900, home stretch. It's 10, 9:18. We're almost there. Let's see if we can finish with this interval. We're gonna have to really push. Okay, picking up my count at 9:18. I gotta go fast. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, last 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 1,000. Let's keep going until this minute is up. And that's it. That's part 2, we made it. Nicely done. That was so much fun. I have to say, that was challenging, but I really enjoyed this format. I liked this combination of exercises. I thought this one was great. I hope you liked it as well. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go, but first, whenever I do a workout that incorporates jump rope, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do a bonus set of 100 with my jump rope. So I think I forgot to introduce Victoria earlier during the tutorial. So if you don't know Victoria is my beautiful silver jump rope with these pretty light pink metallic handles. And if you would like to know where I get my jump ropes, there's a link and a coupon code in the description box down below the video. So click on the link and use coupon code RUDEBECCA to save an additional 10% on your jump rope. The bonus burpee is mandatory. You must do your bonus burpee, and your bonus burpee must be the last thing that you do because that is what officially completes the workout. But this bonus set of jump rope is completely optional, so if you don't want to do it, just take another minute to breathe, cheer me on, and then we'll do our bonus burpee together. But if you would like to join me Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the rope. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. So counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 100. So that's our little bonus set of jump rope. And now we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you're ready, here we go, final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete. So let's just do a quick cool down. You want to just keep moving while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit, and while you allow your breathing to normalize. So you can pace around back and forth. You can shake out the legs, shake out the arms, and focus on slowing down your breathing. And you do that by breathing all the way down to your belly button. So as you inhale, really feel your diaphragm being pulled down. You want to allow your rib cage to expand and visualize filling up your entire torso with air. And then using your diaphragm to control the air as you exhale. Let's do a quick shoulder stretch. So just bringing one arm across your body, and use your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulder is nice and relaxed. If your shoulder's all tense and hunched up by your ear, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively. So relax the arm, relax the shoulder. Make sure you're continuing to move. I'm just kind of shifting my weight from foot to foot. You can shake out the legs, you can pace, shake out the arms and get the other shoulder. So bringing the opposite arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in close to your chest, making sure your straight arm is completely relaxed, relaxing the shoulder, get that nice stretch in your shoulder, keep moving and keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. So remember, you're breathing all the way down to your belly button, using your diaphragm to control the air as you inhale, filling up your entire torso with air, and then controlling the air as you exhale. And come out, shake out the arms. Let's do a tricep stretch. So bending one elbow, place your hand on the elbow and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder, making sure that the fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. You don't want to have this hand hanging out up here somewhere by your elbow or your shoulder. Point those fingers straight down at the ground as you gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder, so you get that really nice stretch in your triceps. One more deep breath here, breathing all the way down to your belly button. And out, shake it out. Let's get the other side, so bending your other elbow, place your hand on the elbow and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder, making sure that the fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground, and keep moving. Again, I'm just kind of shifting my weight from foot to foot. You can shake out the legs. You can pace, whatever feels good for you. One more deep breath here. Really pull that elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Feel that nice stretch in the triceps. And come out. Shake out the arms. We're going to finish with a quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, you can hold on to the wall or a chair or your dining room table, the arm of your couch for support. You're going to bend one knee, bring the foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side. If you are not holding on to anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. Either way, you want to just press your heel into your booty cheek, really actively press it in there. As you're doing that, you want to tilt your pelvis forward. So think about tucking your booty underneath you and trying to touch your spine with your belly button. As you do that, make sure you're continuing to really press your heel into your booty cheek. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, You're going to instantly feel that stretch intensify in your quads as you isolate them more effectively, but I also want you to feel that stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexors. Coming out, shake out the legs, let's get the other side. So bending your other knee, bringing the foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you're holding onto something for support. If you are not holding onto anything for support, you can grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands, press your heel into your booty cheek, and as you're doing that, make sure you're tilting your pelvis forward. So tucking the booty underneath you, sucking that belly button all the way back to your spine. Make sure as you do that you're continuing to actively press your heel into your booty cheek. Really feel that stretch intensify in your quads. Feel it extend all the way up to your hip flexors. One more deep breath here. Sending that breath all the way down to your belly button. And controlling the air as you exhale and come out. And one last time, shake out the legs, shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, swing the arms a little bit. That's it. That is our cool down. So if you find that you are still breathing heavily, your heart rate is still elevated, just take a few more minutes to pace around a little bit more. You can do some more light stretching. That's a great idea. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It's still really important to make sure that you're taking a good 15 or 20 minutes every day if you can to stretch. It is going to go a long way towards helping to alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing after the workout. It's also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward, and of course it's going to improve your flexibility. Just remember that your muscles need to be warm in order for you to stretch them safely and effectively. Your muscles need to be warm in order for them to be pliable. So right now is going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to get your stretching done because your muscles are already nice and warm immediately after the workout. But if you don't have time to do your stretching right now, that's fine. You can do it later on in the day. Just remember that if you put off your stretching until later on in the day, your muscles will have gotten cold again. So you'll need to take a few minutes to warm them back up. You never want to jump into your stretching routine with cold muscles. So please make sure you're taking the time to stretch every day, but also please make sure that you are doing so safely. And that's it. That is all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you are not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything is unclear with the format of today's workout, since this was a new format, if you have any questions about the exercises that we were doing today, if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications, if you have questions about how to do the exercises with the correct form, I'm always here to help. So please ask questions if you have them. That is going to do it for today, but before I say goodbye, I just have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, I'll have what she's having. So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you for watching all the way until the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, I'll have what she's having. That is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.